A very good evening to our viewers. Thank you for joining us tonight on the Evening Review. My name is Taiwan. Tonight we are welcoming back a regular visitor to our show, that is Josef Kauandenge. He is Secretary General of Nudo, the National Unity Democratic Organization, for which he wants to become president come 2024 when the party congress is held. Joseph, thank you for making time. Last time you were here, I tried to get the best out of you as far as your ambitions are concerned. You gave me very little to work with, but now the statement is out. You want to become president of Nudo. Why do you want to become president of a party that already has a president?
Thank you very much, Dwes, and the listeners outside there. Yes, we are political animals. We serve at the behest of our members. And unfortunately, we are living in a democratic party that has a democratic constitution that holds elections as per the constitution of the party. And when it is time for elections, then obviously it's also time for people now to start coming out and saying, no, democratically, as I am in a democratic party, I want to run for which and what position. So our terms of offices are coming to an end, all of us, in April next year. And then the seats are up for grabs by anybody that wants to run. And it's only on that basis that I said, okay, I think I'm ready now.
Yeah. So, okay. So there ought to be, I mean, your ambition, your personal ambition aside, there ought to be also something that some defects that you observe in the way the party is led at that level, and you're saying, look, if I was serving in that capacity, I will fix this, and that. What are those defects that you see today that you think you can fix?
Well, for starters, the call for me to run for the party presidency did not really originate with me myself. Okay. It came from party members. Whenever you are visiting, they will say, but why are you not running? And then I usually ask them, but why? They said, no, we think you are the right person for the job. Yeah. Now, primarily, the reason why I want really to run is to modernize the Nudo party. I think to some extent, Nudo has a potential really, because it has a base where it is coming from. However, our party has been very slow in terms of growth. Since the party pulled out from the DTA in 2003, we are just having 2 seats for 3-4 consecutive elections. Now, the question is why? And looking to the current way where we are and how we run our political business in the party, I realized that we are not able to pull the youth vote to come to the party. Because believe me, the older generations that came with the party, they are still there. They will vote for the party. But many of them are also dying out and getting old and what. So for this party to grow, not from the current 2 seats that we are having in consecutive elections, to go further, it needs someone vibrant. It needs someone young. It needs someone that can connect with the youth vote for it to be able for the party to grow. And then, of course, the question of the ideological output and outlook of the party. What does Nudo really stand for? Has this been communicated aggressively to the electorates, to the masses, to the Namibian people outside there? And also, maybe also to branch into other areas where the party predominantly does not reside. It's very important. So looking at those factors, I look around and I said, okay, I think I might be the right person to renovate, to energize the party and actually take it from where it is, rebrand it and refocus it for it to become a formidable brand in our Namibian politics.
Yeah. So it's a historical party. It's a party of legends like Kwaima Rwako, the late chief. Are those not too big shoes to fit? Do you think that you can wear those shoes and walk?
Well, for those that might not be aware, when the late Paramount Chief Rwako pulled Nudo out of the DTA, because remember we were part of the DTA, the then DTA as an alliance.
Yeah.
But when he pulled that party out of the DTA in 2003, I was around 27 years old, 26, 27 years old. And I became the first ever Secretary General of the independent registered Nudo party at that age already. So the big men then must have seen something, isn't it? Yeah. In this young boy, as skinny as I was at the time, to be able to trust me with that responsibility. So taking from there, I'm fully aware where Nudo is coming from. I'm fully aware why we pulled Nudo out of the DTA at the time. I was instrumental in getting Nudo registered with the late Paramount Chief at the Electoral Commission at the time. So to your question, I think I'm able enough. If I was able enough to become the first SG of the party at age 27, looking at my age now and the wisdom that I have attained over the years, I think this is the right time for me to actually ascend to that position.
Yeah. And then, I mean, it means, unless your party decides not to field a presidential candidate in the national elections, it would mean that if you win in April 2024 at the party congress to become president, you will also be vying for the country's presidency. You are telling us that you are ready to lead us as a country.
Yes, I'm absolutely ready, because being around the block for some time, and Namibians know my ups and downs in politics, really. There is no single Namibian in this country, even if I go to the remotest areas of the northern part of this country or the south, you will find somebody that will say, but are you not Esther Kauandenge? So this face is really well known anyway, for better or for worse.
Yeah.
So it's a name that has sold itself like Coca-Cola, actually. You know? So, and primarily because of that, I know that I will be in a position to get sympathetic voters or votes, not necessarily from Nudo members.
Yeah.
They don't have to join the party. But the mere fact that they are saying, oh, it's Kauandenge there. No, man, let me go give him my vote at least, you know. So, yes, I'm able and ready to roll with the big boys come 2024.
Yeah, yeah. Do you think that, I know that you are here to push for your own campaign, but the inclusion, the appointment of your current party president, Meme Muinjangue, by President Hage Geingob to become a deputy minister of health, because there was some whispers or discontent within the rank and file of the party, people thinking that some saying, you know, she has completely sold out. You are the leader of our party, not just some official, you are the actual leader of our party, and you accepted this position. Some even saying that because obviously Swapo didn't do too well in the 2019 election, and their numbers were low, and they felt that if they can appoint someone from the opposition, maybe that person can help boost up their numbers, especially when it comes to voting in parliament on key issues. Do you think that, are you taking advantage of that discontent to say that, you know, people will go into that congress of your party aware of this legacy of the party president? Maybe there will be discontent, and that they'll be looking for a new guy, and you present yourself as that alternative?
Well, it's a catch-22 situation, really, because the perception that we have is that the moment when you start running against your current president, then you have to dirty your
Well,
laundry
yes.
in the streets and start attacking each other. But I don't subscribe to that politics. I still contend to say that I am and was part of the leadership of the party.
Yeah.
If we succeeded as a collective. If we failed as a collective, right? And I was one of the few people as HSG that went on to defend the appointment as deputy minister. So I cannot turn around now because I'm vying for the position of presidency and start saying, no, that was the wrong decision at the time, because I will appear to be a hypocrite at the least. So I won't go there. But the reality is that, yes, the position have an effect on the party morale, on the party members, that this thought that we have sold out, not necessarily her as a person, but the collective leadership of which I was also part of, and I'm still part of. But we defended it to say, come on, if I'm a Namibian and I'm offered a position to serve my government and my country, why not? So, and we are still holding by that perception and that conclusion until today. But yes, it affected to some extent the party outlook, the party performance, the party image outside there. But I'm not taking advantage of that fact because I think she has served. Her term is about to come to an end. I'm looking beyond the position. I'm looking beyond what Nudo should be come 2024 and what must we leave behind for the future generations. And I think really I'm in a better position to turn the fortunes of the party around. And that's why I'm running.
Yes. That's Josef Kauandenge. We go for a quick break and then return.
Today we are going to learn how to bake.
Welcome, everyone.
Things may not always go as planned, but our technology doesn't fail. Join Paratus today. Paratus, always prepared.
The show continues. Now, Joseph, you are an MP. Your party has how many seats in parliament? Two seats.
Two in the National Assembly and one in the National Council.
Yeah. Do you think that you serving, that you've done yourself a favor to really portray yourself as a force to be reckoned with in terms of your parliamentary performance going into the Congress of your party? Because that is what people look at and say, but we send you there to represent us. Do you think that you have acquitted yourself very well in that role?
Well, it's really up to the party members to judge. But I think I'm one of the few parliamentarians in that parliament, and if we even have to go to the Hansards of the parliament, that has and continue to really bring my A card whenever there are issues of national interest, issues that affect bread and butter, issues that affect our people on the parliamentary floor. And to that respect, I think really I have done a superb job to be able to bring forth what my constituency demands of me as the elected representative in that house called Parliament. And for the past 4 or 5 years that I have been there, there are MPs in that Parliament that haven't said even a single A or R in that Parliament for the past 4 or 5 years. But Kauandenge is among those MPs. Like him, hate him, love him, But I'm one of those that really come up and really constructively debate issues in that parliament floor for the benefit of my people. So, but the ultimate judges, of course, it's the electorate themselves, those that will come to Congress to say, what did he do for the past 5 years? And it's not only 5 years, they have to go back to the time when I was also as a councillor in the city of Endo. Men alone there, but how many motions did I put in the city of Windhoek that were actually approved?
Yeah.
You know, so I'm a fighter. I have always been like that. So I think I have done my bit.
Yeah. The other challenge that you are going to deal with if you were to be elected party president, and that you should be dealing with right now as Secretary General of the party, is that you stated in your statement here that you have ambitions to expand the reach and appeal of the party beyond its current confines. It's a predominantly Herero party, given the background and also Kwaimari Rogo, for example, was a paramount chief of a Herero, so the impression has always been that it's a Herero party. And if you are going to expand the party and grow it, it means that it has to appeal to the Vambus, to the Namas, Tswanas, and everybody. How are you going to do that?
Well, the good part is that I have already started doing that, because it's also a little bit out of the ordinary when you say you want to take over party presidency and do A, B, C, D. But then the other question is, but you have been the SG of the party. What did you do while you were there, at least for you to now to want to go upstairs, which is, I think, a fair question, actually. So as an SG of the party, I have started with that approach to expand the party. As we speak now, we have very young, vibrant young people. We have established branches in Kavango region. I was there some time back, and we have really very vibrant young people there that are campaigning for our party in both the two Kavango regions, the same with Sabezi region. And then, of course, the south, we have also penetrated there. We have branches there. Currently, or last year, we had a mayor in Hobabes under the Nudo ticket, Miss Teron. She's a colored, but she's under the ticket of the DTA. Of Nudo, sorry. Where did I bring the DTA from? We have representatives in Leonardville, also in the local council. They are not Tochihero speaking. So that process, at least in my tenure as an SG, I have already started. But I need a platform where I will be able to direct the party, to say where should the party go from, to give the party direction. Because as an SG, you are an extension of the leadership. You carry out decisions and resolutions of the leadership collectively as you are sitting. You are practically a CEO, like in any other company. But I need to be able to steer the ship, to say the buck stops here. And for us to be able to move beyond A, B, or C, we need to take this direction. And once you speak, that's what people should do. And I think if I can get that opportunity, the party will be rebranded in such a way that it will also appeal to more Namibians, irrespective of their ethnic origin.
So at some stage, and you've been pretty stable in the past couple of years now as a Nudo member. In the past, you've had people used to call you a party hopper. And you had to defend yourself so many times against those kind of perceptions. Why would a very, very traditional party such as Nudo entrust a supposed party hopper with leading it?
Well, I think for Nudo members, they know Kauandenge more than anybody else. And at a time when it was not fashionable for people to get out of the then DTA at the time, as I have said, I was one of them that said, I'm going to follow my chief, right? And I have been among my people for the longest time ever. They know the good side of Kauandenge, they know the bad side of Kauandenge, they know his capabilities, they know that he can do this, he cannot do that. And I think for the past 9 years, that since my coming back to Nudo, almost 10 years now, I have been able to demonstrate that I'm stable now. I'm back home. Whatever the outcome of the Congress, I'm here. I have made my contribution to the Nudo party over all these years. And they also know the reasons why I left Nudo in the first place in 2004. They know.
Yeah.
It was not my own making. So I think because of that, they won't judge my commitment or my loyalty to the Nudo party. I think that is water under the bridge.
Yeah. The other issue that I wanted to bring to your attention, I had a very nice question in my mind. Now I can't remember it. But perhaps if I don't remember that, the other question that I had for you is then the ideology of the party, Nudo, is federalism. Is that still the ideology? Do you believe in that? Do you believe in self-governance of regions, if I understand the concept very well? And if you were to be elected president of the country, for example, is that sort of the agenda and reforms that you're going to steer?
Of course, that was the dream of my late paramount chief, Kwaimariwako, at the time. It's just unfortunate that Namibia is a unitary state. But really looking around in terms of resources distribution, I really envy the South African model of their democracy, where they have the combination of both, where they have premierships with that borders on federalism at the end of the day. Because if regions could have been given budgets really properly for capital projects, for instance, I'm sure many of our people could not have been, poor as they are today. So it's an agenda that one will pursue, but also taking into account that for Namibia to become a federal state, obviously you have to amend the constitution of the republic. But in terms of resources distribution, it's an aspect that we, and even if I manage to take over, that I will pursue to the letter, because really I think that model could work for a country like Namibia. Instead of this centralized government where you have to beg central government actually to be able to deliver and give money to regions. Even you have governors today, they are toothless, they can absolutely do nothing because they are at the mercy and behest of the central government. So yes, it's an aspect that I will really pursue, that finally perhaps Namibians will wake up to the reality that we need to move towards federalism.
Yeah. We have run out of time, but I'll give you one last throw of the dice, and that is that, going into this Congress of the party, there's also a risk that if you get defeated, that might also affect your chances of returning back to Parliament. Have you considered that fact, and are you willing to risk it all for that purpose?
Politics is actually like gambling, isn't it? If you bet against your team in the English Premier League and you put 100,000 there that we are going to win, and then you lose that money, isn't it? Yeah. So I have really made peace with that, because sometimes we enter contest thinking or having convinced yourself that I'm going to win. But then when you don't win, then you become bitter because you thought that you have put so much resources into that and you must just win. No, I have made peace with that. If I don't win, I will still be loyal to my party. I will still continue to help wherever I can. But of course, there is life after politics. You guys are not in politics, but I can see you are living a good life. So why not me? I'm sure I have other interest, maybe going back to law,
Yeah. Yeah.
or going back to music.
Absolutely, even music. Yeah, I keep forgetting that you are a talented singer also. But yeah, no, Joseph, thank you for coming through. We wish you the best for your campaign, and yeah, we will talk around April again next year and see what happens.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that is Josef Kauandenge. He is Secretary General of Nudo, for which he wants to become president. Thank you for watching.